Violators, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Imagine a continent that has been bled dry for centuries. A continent where the soil is soaked with the blood of ancestors who fought against change, only for their descendants to volunteer for new ones. Africa will never stop to amaze the world. Last week, a shockwave hit the geopolitical world. Not from Washington, not from Tehran, not from EU, not from any other place, but from Kampala. Uganda, a nation in the heart of Africa, has officially volunteered to go to war against Iran on behalf of Israel and the United States of America. Our leaders can never unite to fight to protect the African, but will always save their masters. But this isn't just a military headline. This is a story of a colonized mind. It is a story of African leaders offering up their children to die in the desert war that has nothing to do with them. For people who don't even see them to be equals. Our leaders are always ready for things that they are not even asked for. Today we go beyond the surface. We look at the reason. Why is the son of President Yoweri Museveni ready to shed African blood for a foreign flag? The man behind this declaration isn't a random soldier. He is a General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the Chief of Defense Forces and the son of President Yoweri Museveni. On social media, the general was blunt. His stand was so clear. If anyone talks of destroying Israel, Uganda will enter the war. Who invited him? What has this war got to do with Africa? He even claimed he personally offered Uganda's military support to the US and Israel. Think about that. Nobody invited him. Nobody asked for African boots on the ground. He showed up to a party he wasn't invited to, carrying the lives of Ugandan soldiers as a gift. To understand this madness, you have to understand the history. The bond between Uganda and Israel is sealed in the blood and folklore. Back in 1976, during the Entebbe airport hijacking, Israeli commandos flew 4,000 kilometers to rescue hostages. The only Israeli soldier killed that time was Yoni Netanyahu, the older brother of the current Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. Muhoozi recently announced a statue for Yoni Netanyahu at the very airport where he died. No parliamentary debate, no public vote, just a monument for a foreign soldier on the soil of Africa.
So we have some major developing news. The head of the army in Uganda has just said that if he is just given 72 hours, he can take over Iran. According to this son of the president, who is also the head of the army in Uganda, he said that any attempt to destroy Israel will lead to Uganda joining the war on the side of Israel, and he is ready to get in Iran and take over Iran if given a chance. It is just that Israel has refused to listen to him because he is a black man. According to the son of the president of Uganda, he said that there are some historical ties that join these two countries together, Israel and Uganda. And he said that any particular time, if asked, the army of Uganda are ready to join the war and go and fight Iran. And they are sure they are going to take over Iran in less than 72 hours. This is the first African country to make a reckless statement on the ongoing war in the Middle East. Just imagine talking about a country that is fighting over 13 countries and 2 nuclear power countries, and yet it has not gone down. What do you think Iran could do to Uganda if Uganda decides to join this war?
Family, General Muhoozi is about to land us in trouble. He is about to drag us into some trouble that we would have hard times coming out of it. Like 2-3 days ago, I saw blogs talking about General Muhoozi, Uganda's army chief of staff, made some declarations. I know it's more of his own opinion, but he is a government official, a senior army staff. And so his opinion means a lot. So people need to know that. So he said that Uganda would join this war in the Middle East if Israel is about to be destroyed. Something of that sort, right? When I saw that, I thought maybe bloggers just wanted to create clickbait and get, views and all of that. Until yesterday and today, I started seeing it on, credible media, even reports, on media, like a news report on that. And then I knew that things were getting really serious. So when I saw that, I was disturbed, right? And I quickly went to check, to research on the distance between Tehran and Kampala, the distance between Iran and Uganda. And guess what? 4,400 on a straight line, meaning a projectile distance, 4,400. And then it quickly dawned on me that Iran just last week was able to launch a missile on British US base, Diego Garcia base, somewhere in the middle of the sea, which is about 4,000 kilometers away from Iran. And remember, Iran has not unveiled all what they have in stock. So guys, we want to beg General Muhoozi, please sir, please, we are begging you in the name of whatever you hold dearly, right? Just let's allow the Middle East people to sort out their stuff. In as much as we are saying anything, we don't want to go that far. Because trust me, Iran had made a declaration that they are ready to defend their country to the last person standing. And they are ready to defend themselves against anyone who dares to attack them. And this kind of opinion, Iran may say if you want to come for them, they would defend themselves. And that would not be funny. We have our family members in Uganda. We have friends. We have loved ones. We even have you. We have our president. We have our government officials. We have our grandmothers, grandfathers, babies, pregnant women. Sir, please. Please, sir. Do not drag all these millions of people into this. Please, we are begging you, General Muhoozi. This is not funny. Iran is not that country we thought they were. Those guys are far what even the US thought. Think for it for a second, sir. Why is it that Europe has decided to back out? You remember France was, pumping when it started. They were deploying Charles de Gaulle, aircraft carrier. But when they saw what Iran started doing against the US, Israel, and their allies of the Middle East, destroying bases, launching long and short-range missiles, they understood that this thing is not as easy as they thought. Look at what NATO members did. They completely backed out when the President of the United States said they should join together to go reopen the Strait of Hormuz. You saw what they did. They backed out because they have discovered that Iran is a force to reckon with. Again, my general, please, sir, we are begging you, don't drag us into this. Let's just allow them to sort it out and we would stay on our lane. Because first of all, we don't have air defense systems. And even if we do, look at the kind of sophisticated air defense system owned by the US and Israel and this Middle East that they thought they were protected. But what Iran has, no air defense system so far can stop it. So, sir, we don't want to be a part of this. We don't want to be a part of this. Please share this message. Let General Muhoozi get it. We are begging him. We are begging with all what we have in us that he should just leave it like that. Let him not drag it any further. Please. Thank you.
Uganda calls upon the USA, Israel, and Iran to immediately lay down your arms and stop this ongoing war. If you do not, you will face the full might of the greatest army ever assembled, the Uganda People's Defense Forces.
This is the foundation of a relationship where Africa provides a stage for foreign heroes, while our own heroes are forgotten. We are quick in trying to please these people in every little way that we can. But the most disturbing part, the reason given, General Muhunzi invoked the name of Jesus Christ. He quoted Deuteronomy, claiming Uganda stands with Israel because of Christian duty. Because of Christian duty? Maybe this man don't know that Christians are not even allowed to preach. Let's be real. This is the ultimate mental slavery. Judaism is not Christianity. The very state Muhunzi wants to fight for does not recognize Jesus Christ as the Son of God. So if you are a Christian in Africa, don't think that you and the people in Israel share the same faith. In traditional Jewish teaching, non-Jews are referred to as Golim. Yet, here is an African general ready to send soldiers to die because of a book brought to the Africans by the same European missionaries who paved the way for our colonization. We are being told to fight holy wars for people who don't even share our faith, all while we ignore the suffering of our own doorsteps. Our people forget to appreciate the heroes who died in fighting for these same people in World War II, but we have the land to build a statue for a foreigner. Why are we fighting for people who do not regard us as equals? For centuries, the West has taken our resources, our gold, our oil, our labor, and left us with poverty and imported conflicts. Is it that our leaders always forget about the things these people are doing and have done to us? While Uganda prepares for war, who is talking about the fuel prices in Lagos hitting record highs? Who is talking about the fertilizer shortage threatening the 2026 planting season across Africa? The Strait of Hormuz is closed because of a war started by US and Israel. This closure is choking Africa's economy. And instead of demanding peace, our leaders are volunteering to throw more wood onto the fire. Who ask us? Instead of us to think about how to restructure, how to unite at this point in time to see how we are going to build ourselves, our leaders are thinking of adding more fire. As if these people are so ready for what is happening in Iran. Even the people you claim they are the most powerful are not seeing top. Let's look at the real reason. It isn't religion, it's power. By aligning with Israel and the United States of America, African leaders buy domestic immunity. If you are a defender of Israel, the West is more likely to look other way when you crack down on your own people at home. It's a cycle. Use foreign religion to justify foreign alliance, and use those alliances to keep power forever. Meanwhile, the African citizen pays the price in blood and empty pockets. So if you are an African and you think that this is for you to liberate a Christian nation, please wake up. Because the people in Israel do not share your faith. And until we are able to do away with this, they'll continue to use the same thing to keep the African backwards. Like always I tell you, religion is a tool. Believe it or not. When this war ends, and it will end, do you think Israel will for one day send soldiers to defend Uganda? Do you think the US will deploy Marines to protect African sovereignty? We know the answer. We must be African first. Before we are Christians, before we are Muslims, before we are allies, we must be Africa. We must be for Africa. Stop fighting wars for people who wouldn't even spend a cent to save you. It's time to break the chains of the mind. That mental slavery is the problem of the African. What do you think? This is the time for us to emancipate ourselves. No other person but us in Africa. We cannot continue this way. We need to open our eyes as African youth and see beyond the headlines, beyond the quote, beyond religion. Because before any of this, we are Africans first. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. Slaves to colonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world. In Africa, East Africa, and in Uganda.